Oliver Memorial Gymnasium and the campus of Pikeville High School for the 8th annual championship of the 15th Region All-A Classic. The tournament is sponsored by All Sport and Mountain Dew, products of East Kentucky Beverage Company. Now introducing the starting lineup for tonight's championship game. First for the Tigers from Paintsville. At guard of 5'10", senior number 22, Mike Short. At guard of 6'3", junior number 12, Todd Tackett. At center, a 6'10", junior number 40, J.R. Vanus. At forward, a 6'7", senior number 23, Josh McKenzie. And at forward, a 6'4", junior number 11, Jason Conley. The head coach of the Tigers, Bill Mike Runyon. And now, let's meet the Cougars from Elkhorn City. At guard of 5'10", junior number 25, B.J. Ratliff. At guard of 6'1", senior 00, Jason Hawkins. At guard of 6'2", senior number 44, Courtney Clevenger. At forward, a 6'4", senior number 23, Peyton Robinson. And at forward, a 6'4", senior number 32, Josh Leathers. The head coach of the Cougars, Randy McCoy. The officials for tonight's game, Keith Hall, Jerry Hurley, and Brent Rose. The scoreboard operator and timer is Steve Brady. The official scorer, Ernie Johnson.
Okay, both teams are set. We're set as J.R. Van Hoos going to tip it up against Peyton Robinson, and the game's underway. J.R. Van Hoos gets the tip back, and Paintsville will give a show off their offense to get started with. Elkhorn City, they got a pretty intense man-to-man defense to see how Paintsville handles it. Jason Conley gets it back out now to Short. Short's top of the circle. Looks like Elkhorn City just sticking in a half-court man-to-man and stolen away underneath by Elkhorn City. That was Josh Leathers with the interception there, trying to get it into Van Hoos. Ratliff down on the other end now, out down to Jason Hawkins. Back in the corner to Ratliff. He's working it around the perimeter now. Ratliff's got the ball. Peyton Robinson. Paintsville just staying in a 2-3 zone. And get it inside. J.R. Van Hoos gets a block there on Peyton Robinson. He got about 6 blocks last night this whole tournament. He's got blocks every game. Paintsville's on the attack. McKenzie back out to attack it. Lob inside to Van Hoos. Van Hoos puts it up. It wouldn't fall. And big rebound there. Good block out underneath by Josh Leathers. And we're going the other way with just getting underway here in the 15th Region All-A Finals. From Pikeville High School. Elkhorn City's B.J. Ratliff with the ball now. He gets it over to Robinson. Just working it around outside the perimeter as Paintsville stays in the press. Shots put up by Clevenger. It won't go. Scramble for the ball underneath. Leathers has it. Goes up. Banks it off the backboard. No good. Elkhorn City comes down with it again. Shots put up. This time it comes off and Van Hoos goes up high and gets it. Both teams coming out a little bit cold, coming the other way with it. Shots put up, and it wouldn't fall by Todd Tackett. McKenzie gets a rebound and puts it back up and in. Well, finally, we break the ice on the scoreboard. Paintsville goes on top 2-0. McKenzie gets a lot of hits, buckets off offensive rebounds. He gets in there and battles with it. Hawkins now gets it over to Leathers. Leathers drives in there against Van Hoos, no good. And B.J. Ratliff goes in and pulls the rebound down. He comes out, decides to set up the offense once again. Paintsville sticking with a half court now, man to man. They switched up offense, or defense, excuse me, and Elkhorn City is just outside the perimeter as Ratliff goes to the free throw line, stolen away by Mike Short and stolen away by Robson. Driving the baseline, shots put up, no good. Van Hoos and taps it. McKenzie comes away with it.
I'll tell you what, that's any sign it's going to be a physical game throughout.
And McKenzie comes down and tries to lob it, had Tackett and Van Hoos both there, and it's one of them, I got it, you get it. Went out of bounds, turnover, goes back over to Elkhorn City. 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Paintsville's on top, 2-0. B.J. Ratliff with the basketball. Now Hawkins, once again, working it around the perimeter. Hawkins deep in the corner. Back out top now to Clevenger. Ratliff's got it in the corner, thought about a three. Now back out top to Hawkins. Robinson lets a three go, and it goes over top of the backboard. It wasn't counted. When it come back down, it hit on top of the backboard.
Paintsville's going to be bringing it to the length of the court. Here in the first half, they're working to the left of your radio dial.
Mike Short brings it across the timeline. Now Tackett has it. Elkhorn City staying in a, what do they got there? Looks like just a 2-3 zone, but they're playing it pretty tight. Conley now with the ball. Now Short. Short drives. McKenzie out behind the three-point arc. Looks inside. They're doing a pretty good job on Van Hoos as it's tapped away, and Elkhorn City gets it once again.
Third turnover on Paintsville here in the first period.
B.J. Ratliff now sets his offense up. Over on the other side, Hawkins gets it inside now. Robinson back out to Hawkins. B.J. Ratliff way back out top. Paintsville just sticking with that half-court man-to-man. Shots put up now, and it rattles out there for Josh Leathers, and McKenzie with the rebound. We're going the other way. Elkhorn City is having a hard time of finding the basket.
Elkhorn City is controlling the tempo right now, something they've got to do.
That time it worked. They lobbed it in to Van Hoos, and he just laid it up off of the backboard for two. 4-0. Paintsville's on top. Elkhorn City's B.J. Ratliff with the basketball. Hawkins has it high on the wing. Now right to free throw line goes Josh Leathers. He goes in. He makes it, and he's fouled.
Little baby half foot in for Leathers, and he'll have one free throw coming to him.
Well, he went in there on Van Hoos, and he had to kind of put up a horse shot there. Adams, Van Hoos was all over him. It went down, and as you say, he's going to get the free throw.
And that foul going to Conley, his first, team's first.
Kyle Adams comes in, and Jason Conley goes out for Paintsville. Leathers' free throw shots no good, and scramble for the ball underneath. Leathers comes back with it, shots up, no good. Boy, there's a lot of hands above that rim. As Kyle Adams comes down with a rebound, slapped out of bounds off of Elkhorn City. It'll stay with Paintsville.
That was Peyton Robinson coming through there, just about tipped it in off the rebound. And Elkhorn City's pounding the offensive glass.
Looks like he had his elbow down the rim. He's so high up there. Lob inside to Van Hoos once again. Same results. Puts it off the glass. 6-2 Paintsville.
At that size advantage for the Tigers, paying off for them.
B.J. Ratliff walks it up the floor. Puts it over on the wing. Now back to Hawkins, top of the circle. Ratliff tied on the wing. Clevenger, now Hawkins. Ratliff thought about taking the three, didn't want it. Clevenger, now Ratliff looks for a three once again. Holds up. Right to free throw line. Shots put up and no good by Peyton Robinson. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say that went off of Paintsville to stay with the Cougars. Jason Hawkins inbounds the ball underneath his own basket now. Ratliff with the ball out top of the circle. Robinson, and stolen away by Tom Tackett, and stolen away from him by Hawkins. Deep in the corner now, Josh Leathers looked at the three, backed it back out. Now Clevenger lets the three go, won't go. Scramble for the ball, and Tackett comes out there with it, and he's fouled. Got double teamed after he come down with the rebound. Not sure who got that foul on.
Blaze on Peyton Robinson.
Paintsville's going to bring the ball the length of the floor with 1:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Paintsville's on top, 6-2.
That's Robinson's first foul.
Short with the ball. Now Todd Tackett lets the three go. McKenzie with a rebound. Put him back up. No good. Tackett went for the tip. And I believe he committed the foul.
You're all right. Tackett's first, team second.
Wait just a minute. That wasn't on Tackett. That was on Van Hoos.
You're all right.
Tackett and Van Hoos both are in there battling for the rebound. Good positioning there by Elkhorn City. B.J. Ratliff walks the ball down the floor once again. Now Peyton Robinson out top over to Ratliff on the wing. Other side, Josh Leathers lets a three go. Wouldn't fall. Van Hoos comes down and he spins and he walks before he can get the shot off. He took it on in. Elkhorn City would have sure fouled him. There's a couple of Cougars back there. But before he could get his feet set at him, he took a shuffle. Crowd didn't like that on this side. We're sitting on the Paintsville side. Hawkins now with the ball on top of the wing. Gets it over there to the Leathers. Hawkins looking inside. Leathers thought about a three, took it in, spin, shots put up, and good. Good looking shot there by Josh Leathers. He just went in and belly bumped J.R. Van Hoos and turned around, spin, put it in 6-4.
He had a little Larry Bird in that fall-away jumper.
Lob into McKenzie and he puts it in. Get the assist to J.R. Van Hoos.
This is a low-scoring first period, but it's to Elkhorn City's advantage.
8-4, Paintsville's on top. Elkhorn City's B.J. Ratliff brings it up. Now Leathers. Back to Ratliff. Ratliff guarded closely out there with Mike Short. Josh Leathers now gets it over to Clevenger. They're just going to come down and take the last second shot at them because there's 17 seconds tipping before the first quarter's over with. So Leathers has got it out. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Leathers puts a shot up, it rattles in. And time's going to expire before Paintsville can get a shot off, so at the end of one, Paintsville's on top of Elkhorn City, 8-6.
And on that basket for Josh Leathers, it gives him 6 points. It's all 6 Elkhorn City points here in the first period. Paintsville over top of Elkhorn City, 8-6. This is your Intermountain Sports Network. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Keep it with us.
Darby and Allen Insurance Agency has over 14 different companies to serve you. They are your auto specialty insurance agency. Darby and Allen Insurance.
See, that's what Elkhorn City's done good, is took him out of that fast break, because that's what's made him so dominant. Nobody could stop that fast break.
Yeah, they slowed it down quite a bit.
For quality. Telephone 606-874-2163.
Yeah, they can't run the one, that's for sure.
They are the Darby and Allen.
Howdy.
Analyzing that first period just a little bit, Paintsville in this whole All-A Classic has been running the ball right down the other team's throat, getting a lot of easy buckets up ahead with the fast break. Right now, Elkhorn City controlling the tempo, and it's a low-scoring ball game. As we said, the Elkhorn City's advantage if they can just keep control. Elkhorn City's getting those shots they want to. They're getting wide-open shots. They missed a few. Had they not missed them, they could very well be in the lead right now.
As we get the second quarter underway, Elkhorn City will be operating to get the ball first. B.J. Ratliff gets it over now to Peyton Robinson. Back to Hawkins. Paintsville staying in a half court. It's kind of a 2-3 zone, but they come out and pick them up beyond the three-point arc. Robinson now gets it over to Clevenger, and they got it inside. Robinson, or checked that out. Ratliff got the rebound and went up and put it in. Ties this ball game up.
Smallest man on the court, put it over Van Hoos.
Mike Short now with the ball. Kyle Adams looking inside. Now Van Hoos lobs underneath McKenzie. Double team, goes up and puts it over two Elkhorn City players.
It's hard to stop that entry pass.
That's worked every time for them. They've got 10 points off that, lobbing it to McKenzie and Van Hoos. Down on the other end now, Elkhorn City's operating, working it around outside the three-point arc. B.J. Ratliff now has the ball. Hawkins on the baseline, shots put up, it won't go. And as Kyle Adams comes down with the rebound, he got slapped. We're going to have a foul on the Elkhorn City.
That's Jason Hawkins picking up the foul. His first, team second.
Well, Elkhorn City can't ask for no better shot than Jason Hawkins got that time. Adam just wouldn't fall for him as Mike Short comes down. Now Todd Tackett tries to drive the baseline, and as he does, we've had Jason Hawkins tried to slide over to cut the baseline off on him and got called for a foul.
And that's his second, just like that.
Todd Tackett brings it in, gets it back out top to Short. Now Tackett has it in the corner. He wanted that three. Good defense, Elkhorn City. Drives in the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Van Hoos with the rebound, blocked. Puts it back up and in, though. Got the first shot blocked. I believe that was Peyton Robinson got the first block. And then Van Hoos stayed right with it. Now coming the other way with it. Ratliff tries to get it in the corner. Josh Leather slapped out of bounds by Paintsville and will stay with the Cougars.
You can better believe that McKenzie and Van Hoos, if they miss their shot underneath, they're going to be fouling it. Going after that offensive board, sometimes they get 2 and 3 opportunities.
Scott Mullins comes in as Jason Hawkins goes out. Josh Leathers has the ball in the corner, dribbles it back out toward the top of the circle, lobs it inside, now back to Leather, shots put up, no good. Van Hoos comes out there with it, and he was fouled. Well, Elkhorn City's going after those loose balls.
And that is Peyton Robinson's second foul. Team's fourth, excuse me.
6 minutes remaining, second quarter, 12-8, Paintsville on top. Paintsville with the ball. Kyle Adams way out on the wing, back out top now to Mike Short. They're looking inside for McKenzie or Van Hoos. Now Van Hoos comes out, gets the ball, puts a shot up, count that one, about a 10-foot jump shot. 14-8. B.J. Ratliff now with the ball for Elkhorn City. Deep in the corner, Leathers. Back out to Mullins. Now Ratliff faked the three, goes in, shoots. No good. Rebound on the baseline. Robson back out to Ratliff. No good. Van Hoos pulls it down. We got a run out going the other way with it. Todd Tackett fakes, goes up, puts it off the glass. Just like you said, Adam, they get them run-outs are hard to handle, and Elkhorn City wants timeout.
That's first 2 of the night for Todd Tackett. 16-8 is your score, an 8-point advantage for the Paintsville Tigers over Elkhorn City in this championship game of the boys 15th Regional All-A Classic on your Intermountain Sports Network, WPRG TV5 and WXLR WXKZ FM. We're going to take a break. Stay with us on the Double X WPRG TV5. That hump's not near as bad as it was last night. I mean, I know we can still notice it a little bit, but it'll sound crystal clear on tape, and it does on the radio too, Brian said.
I do.
We're back down on the floor as B.J. Ratliff has the ball, brings it across now. Elkhorn City's operating. Paintsville staying in a half-court man-to-man now. They've changed up their defenses several times, but it seems to be getting to Elkhorn City somewhat, even though they've got some good shots at them. Elkhorn City just working around the perimeter. Now they get it inside. Josh Leathers goes up over top of J.R. Van Hoos and puts it in. 16-10. Todd Tackett hurries back down. Now he's going to have to bring it back out inside to Josh McKenzie. Good defense on McKenzie. Kyle Adams for a three. Count it. 19-10. Paintsville's on top.
And that's the first three-pointer in tonight's ball game.
Elkhorn City's working the ball around. Got it into Leathers. He went up once again. And this time, Van Hoos fouls him.
Hey, Leathers is working it right at Van Hoos. And He picks up his first foul.
I believe that's his second one.
You're right. His second.
I think he committed the foul a little earlier as Josh Leathers misses on the first 2 shots. Leathers gets set to take shot number 2. And it goes down 19-11 with 4:20 remaining in the second quarter. Paintsville with the basketball. Mike Short. Top of the circle now, Adams. Gets it inside to McKenzie. McKenzie spins, puts up shots, no good. Coming out of there with a rebound was Josh Leathers. Drops it off to B.J. Ratliff, and he's just going to walk it up the floor, give his offense time enough to set. Sean May now in the game for Elkhorn City. Gets it across court to Ratliff. Now deep in the corner to Clevenger. Shots put up by May. It's no good. Van Hoos goes up high. We got a run out on the other end as Tackington finger rolls it in.
That fast break once again. The outlet pass from Van Hoos. It usually results in 2 points for Paintsville.
21-11 Paintsville. B.J. Ratliff now handles the basketball. Back out to May. Now Mullins. Over on the other side. Ratliff has it high on the wing. They're looking to try to get it into Leathers as Sean May over on the high wing looked at taking a shot. Now Scott Mullins. Inside Leathers drives. Puts it off the glass. Count it.
11 points now for Josh Leathers.
Van Hoos underneath, and he gets his 3rd foul as Courtney Clevenger slides over and takes the charge. That'll be foul number 3 on Van Hoos, Adam. That's going to be rough news for Paintsville as Van Hoos is already on the seat. Let's see who's going to come in for him. That's going to be Jason Conley's going to come back in.
They're going to lose about 6 or 7 inches on that exchange, and that's going to even things up underneath.
Van Hoos put it in, but he was called for the charge. Now Elkhorn City's operating. Scott Mullins has the ball, drives in the paint, underneath, and tried to get Courtney Clevenger. He lost the handle on it. Josh Leathers picks it up, but the official was right there on top of it. We're operating on the 3 official crew here tonight, Adam. It's the first time I've seen that this year.
Well, on Eddie Taylor's sports forum, I noticed that they was talking about it a little bit, said they was going to use it here and there, but it's a good idea in championship games.
Conley now gets it to Adams. Adams right at the top of the circle, fake it. They're looking inside to McKenzie, get it in there to him. And he goes up and puts it off the glass. 3 Elkhorn City players there, but they couldn't hold him. 23-13, Paintsville on top. Elkhorn City with the ball. Ratliff gets it over to Robinson. Mullins deep in the corner, just holding it there, letting his offense get set. Now Leathers right at the free throw line. He fakes. McKenzie goes in, puts the shot up, partially blocked by McKenzie. And Courtney Clevenger gets it and sticks it up and back in with the left hand.
Clevenger, that's his first 2, and they need to get him in this ball game in the scoring column. He could really help them out.
McKenzie now has the ball. He's double teamed. Adams lets the 3 go. No good. Scramble for the ball underneath. Knocked out of bounds by McKenzie. Back over to Elkhorn City. Now the crowd's getting into it on the other side. 23-15, Paintsville on top with 1:40 remaining in this first half of action.
I tell you, they're very emotional on both sides. We got everybody standing up and cheering on every play, hanging on everything.
B.J. Ratliff now gets it across the timeline. Just slows his offense down. Now Mullins. Scott Mullins is way back out. Now he goes toward the top over to Ratliff. High on the wing. Looking inside. Now back to Mullins. Deep in the corner. Leathers. They're real patient with their offense, Elkhorn City. Now B.J. Ratliff has it. 1 minute to go in the first half here. Clock's ticking. Leathers with the ball looking inside. Robinson trying to post up in there. Now he's got it. Baseline shots, no good. Leathers has it, fakes, goes in, spins, shots up, count it. 23-17.
Josh Leathers is having a phenomenal first half for Elkhorn City.
Adams tries to get it inside to McKenzie, but he had a foul. I'm not sure if it was.
That went on Clevenger. Sure did. That's his first. Team's fifth.
Clevenger trying to keep McKenzie out of the paint as Todd Tackett drives in, and he walks. Another turnover for Paschal. Well, you can tell that J.R. Van Hoos means a lot to this Paschal Tiger team, Adam. Different ball game down there since he sat down. B.J. Ratliff brings it across. Mike Short all over him. Ratliff drives in. Leathers right on the baseline, didn't want the shot. And we got a foul away from the ball on Elkhorn City.
That's an offensive foul on Courtney Clevenger. That's his second. Into the ball game, Sean May for Elkhorn City. He replaces Clevenger.
Score still stands at 23-17. 20 seconds remaining. Mike Short with the basketball. Tackett back out to Adams. On the other side to McKenzie. We're going to work it around here, and they're going to set up a play and get this last second shot. 9, 8, Todd Tackett on the move, goes in and had a layup, but he got fouled, Adam, and he'll go to the free throw line. I'm not sure if that was on the shot or not. Might have been on the floor.
It was Ratliff picking up his first foul. They're going to say he was in active shooting.
I believe he was in active shooting when he come across the three-point line. But he went in for the layup. Todd Tackett will get 2 shots. And the first shot is no good. Shot number 2 is right there, 24-17. 5, B.J. Ratliff on the move. 4, 3, still a moving, goes in for a layup, and it wouldn't fall. Had a wide open layup after weaving in and out of all the Paintsville players on this other end. It wouldn't fall. 24-17, Paintsville on top of Elkhorn City.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with some halftime stats for you and a few comments. And tonight's second half of the championship game of the boys 15th Regional All-A Classic on 104.9, 105.5 FM and WPRG TV5, your Intermountain Sports Network.
Intermountain Paving is providing service from Elkhorn City to Athens, including Williamson, Stevens, Pikeville, Freshnessburg, and Paintsville. Intermountain Paving has extended coverage to Lexington. For more information, call 478-4388 or 1-800-349-4388 for Intermountain Paving.
Barker's Mobile Home. Barker's Racing. Invite everyone to come by their location on Route 22 South. Come in and see their beautiful collection of quality homes. Each home combines style, confidence, and convenience in ways that add more for your money. Barker's offers affordable homes like Crown and Fleetwood with the lowest financing available in this area. So what are you waiting for? See them today. Barker's Mobile Homes and the Barker's Racing. A winning combination.
East Kentucky Internet features 3 monthly plans, basic, student, and full users. Basic plan gives you full internet access for 10 hours per month or $5.95. Student plan gives you 60 hours per month or $12. Although you must be a student 18 years of age with a telephone internet. Our last plan, the full user, gives you a 24 hours a day and 7 days a week just for $19.95. Business web pages are also available. Call East Kentucky Internet at 478-2500 or 1-800-635-7052. East Kentucky Internet, an affiliate of Gearhart Communications.
We'll get a halftime stat. You just go ahead. You just go ahead and film whatever you want to. I said you just, whatever, it don't make any difference. Just go ahead and film, pan around, and me and Adam give a halftime stat. Hey, Wayne, you see, right at the end of these seats here, you see that guy sitting there with the hat on? Those two guys and those two women? Yeah. Hand them in there and let me know when you do talk about them.
Did you hear a few minutes ago, did Randy say something about this being the 8th All-A tournament?
I don't know.
But I've been quoting it as a 7th. I thought I'd seen that somewhere in one of these press pay. I don't know. I'll just lay off saying that.
We'll come back, we'll give her stats, and then we'll have a little break before they come back out.
Okay, Brian, after this will be fine.
I do.
Okay, we're back on the campus of the Pikeville High School at the W.C. Hamley Athletic Complex. Ready for some halftime stats? Well, we got them for you. For Elkhorn City, they were led in scoring by Josh Leathers. He had 13 points. B.J. Ratliff had 2 and Courtney Clevenger 2. They were 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Totaling them with 17 points. They were 0 of 2 from three-point land. For the Paintsville Tigers, they were led in scoring by Josh McKenzie and J.R. Van Oos, each having 8 points in the first half. Todd Tackett had 5, and Kyle Adams had a 3-point shot. Paintsville was 1 of 2 from the free throw line and 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from three-point land. And again, your halftime score, 24-17, Paintsville over Elkhorn City.
A very low-scoring game here, in the way we like to see it in Eastern Kentucky. But the thing about it is, Elkhorn City slowed the ball down, and you can see if they decided to run with Paintsville, what Paintsville can do. They've scored, what, about 6 or 8 points on fast breaks. And I mean, it's just pass, it never touches the floor. Just 1, 2, 3, and they're right under the goal. So I think it's a real smart move by Randy McCoy, slowing the ball down. And Elkhorn City could very easily be ahead in this game. Adam Fig to hit their shots. I believe they've taken, I don't know how many shots they've taken, but I'm sure they've taken more shots than Paintsville has, but they've hit on a lower percentage. If they was to get hot, they could have really been out in this game.
Elkhorn City is doing a great job of setting the picks, moving without the basketball, and yes, they are getting a lot of quality shots. If they continue to do that, control the tempo, they're going to stay in this game all the way up to the last and have a chance to win this thing. And on the foul situation, the only foul trouble is J.R. Van Hoos for the Paintsville Tigers, and that's a big situation. On the rebounding situation, both teams with 7 in the first half, so rebounding is even. And on turnovers, Paintsville had 2 more turnovers in the first half than Elkhorn City. At 5 turnovers, Elkhorn City 3.
Looking in on some of my friends from up here at Pikeville, got Mr. and Mrs. E.G. Valera sitting over in the crowd. I'm sure they're enjoying the game. And also Linda and Rod Valera, Dr. Valera from up at Marbone, his grandson, B.J. Ratliff, here playing. And Rod's not too bad to get excited at him, but I bet he's getting excited, or he will be this second half. He's going to have a little shoulder surgery here in the near future. I thought that he was going here in the last day or two. He may have already had it. Good to see him out here. I hope he gets along well, Rod. If you're watching the game, I hope you get along well, partner.
Yeah, I wish I had for him too, huh? He's a good fella. I'd like to get him up here in the booth one of these days to give us a few comments what he thinks about this 15th region. We know what he thinks about golf. He loves the game.
Oh, yeah. Him and E.G. both loves the game of golf. I tell you what, Elkhorn City is going to have to find a hot hand here in the second half as Leather started out hitting the first 6 points for Elkhorn City. Paintsville elected to just lob the ball in the first few times to Van Hoos and McKenzie. And J.R. Van Hoos with 3 personal fouls. Now, I'm sure that Coach McCoy will be working and telling his players to get the ball and drive it to the basket and try to pick up that 4th foul on McKenzie, or excuse me, Van Hoos here early in the third quarter.
And as you said, you know, Josh Leathers has been their workhorse, 13 of their 17 points in the first half. A couple of players they need to get in this ball game to have a chance. Peyton Robinson needs to get in the scoring column. They need to get him involved. He can score from all areas around the basket. And Jason Hawkins also, we're going to have to get a little bit more point production from him and Clevenger. So with that, there's about 2 minutes before we get back into action here for the second half of this championship game. 24-17, the Tigers over the Cougars. Keep it right here on 104.9, 105.5 FM for live action. Remember, you can watch this back tonight on WPRG TV5. Keep it here. This is your Intermountain Sports Network. We'll bring it back here in a minute, a little bit earlier, right before they start, and I'll run down these sponsors.
You want to go down there and interview the winner?
Throw it back at him. Won't we play another one?
Yeah, go ahead and throw it back to us.
ID.
Okay, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors on the Double X that helped us out to bring all this action to you. Cooley Medical and Cooley Apothecary, Pike County Suzuki, East Kentucky Internet, Appalachian Sealer, Darby and Allen Insurance Agency, Barker's Mobile Home, East Kentucky Internet, Brooks Pharmacy, Unisign, DirecTV, and Intermountain Paging. On WPRG TV5, our sponsors are Van Overhaul and Bartley, Dameron Furniture, Wimpson Memorial Hospital, and First Commonwealth Bank in Glen Hammond. Thanks to all those fine people for helping us out.
Okay, both teams are breaking out of their huddles, and we're going to take it back down on the floor and get this third quarter underway. Once again, Paintsville on top, 24-17. Paintsville will be getting the ball to get action started here in the second half. McKenzie is getting ready to throw the ball in. Notice J.R. Van Hoos is back in the game with 3 personal fouls. We'll see how that.
He ain't going to be able to play quite as intense as what he usually is on defense, trying to get all the blocks.
Just as you said that, McKenzie lobs it into Van Hoos, and he had it wide open. They have to front to Van Hoos. Elkhorn City does, and when they do, they just lob it over top. He's right there wide open. Elkhorn City down on the other end now. Rattler spins, goes to the baseline. Reverse layup wouldn't fall, and J.R. Van Hoos has the rebound. Todd Tackett now operates, goes right to the free throw line, stops, decides to bring it back out. Guarded closely there by Hawkins. Now short, over to Conley. Deep in the corner, McKenzie looks inside. Lobbed into Van Hoos once again. Peyton Robinson comes over. A little help on the defense and knocks it out of bounds. It stays with the Tigers. Todd Tackett now has it deep in the corner. McKenzie lobs it inside once again. Van Hoos goes up and puts it off the glass for 2 more. 28-17.
When J.R. Van Hoos gets it in there, he just keeps it over top of his head, and there's no one that can defend that. Easy buckets every time he gets it like that.
Hawkins drives the baseline, puts a shot up, wouldn't fall. Jason Conley comes down with a rebound, and he's fouled. Paintsville comes out and scores the first 4 points in the third quarter here, and they have the ball.
That's B.J. Rattler's second foul.
Oh, Elkhorn City just can't find the hot hand.
Can't get one to fall so far this second half.
Conley brings it back out to Tackett now, right at the top of the circle. Elkhorn City in a half-court man-to-man. Tackett takes his free throw line. His shot was blocked by Hawkins. Coming out there with it to Clevenger. Now Rattler, long pass up to Robinson. Thought about a shot, but he brings it back out now Clevenger shots up, no good. Van Hoos pulls it down, wide open on the other end. Tackett goes up, ducked it home.
That leaping ability, Tackett not only can bust it from three-point land, but he can jam it home with the best of them.
We got a timeout down on the floor. Paintsville on top, 30-17. Gee whiz, Paintsville they're doing the same thing they've done the first half. They're just looking inside, they're throwing out, they're getting those outlet passes real quick. Todd Tackett was down there all by himself, just jammed it home. Elkhorn City, we're missing it once again, Adam. They can't find a hot hand. They're getting some easy looks, but they can't get them to fall.
And that's how Paintsville pulls out, as they do so many times, and gets the lead on their teams. They make them pay when they miss a basket. They get it out quickly and score easy transition layups on the fast break. And, you know, they've got the first 6 points here in the second half. Elkhorn City is yet to score, and they're going to have to keep in control of the tempo and keep it slowed down, or Paintsville's going to get a big lead on before they know it.
Well, they better take off down the floor when Van Hoos gets it, because he's, like you say, he keeps that ball up high over his head, and he's looking down court when his feet hits the floor. So both teams are back out on the floor, and Randy McCoy is trying to get his team pumped up a little bit. B.J. Ratliff operates. Now Robson. Hawkins wanted to drive. Ratliff high out on the wing, didn't want the shot. Back out to Clevenger. Clevenger high on the wing, now he drives in. 10-foot shot, no good. McKenzie with the rebound, drops it off to short. We're running. McKenzie walks. B.J. Ratliff got back and set up to take the charge. McKenzie seen him and tried to, just as he caught the ball at him. Elkhorn City now coming the other way with it. Ratliff over to Clevenger. Clevenger now to Hawkins. On the wing, Robson lobs it in there to Leathers, and Leathers gets away with a little bit of a push off her and puts it in wide open underneath. We're going to get another timeout.
Coach Bill Mike Grunion pulls his team out on the court. He's a little bit upset. 30-19. Keep it right here on your Intermountain Sports Network. We'll be right back. Gosh, he did. He did get off a bit of a little shove, a little nudge.
What's I don't know what Van Hoos is doing in front of him anyway. That's what Brandon was telling me.
We take the extra care to be sure they understand the direction and the use of all their medical needs. Scully Apothecary, located at number 2 Town Center Building in Prestonburg, and Scully Medical Equipment, 490 South Lake Drive in Prestonburg.
I do.
J.R. Van Hoos to bring the ball in for the Tigers. 30-19, Paintsville's on top. We got 5:19 showing on the clock here in the third quarter. The 15th Region All-A Finals here at the T.W. Oliver Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Pikeville High School. Lob it underneath. McKenzie's shot rolls out, and they say it was goaltended.
I believe they called that on Peyton Robinson. He grabbed the rim, and
there was 3 Elkhorn City players underneath. That's one of the few McKenzie's missed. And they got the offensive goaltending as Elkhorn City's Robinson gets it over to Ratliff. Ratliff drives the baseline, puts up a shot. It wouldn't fall. McKenzie goes up high and pulls it down. Mike Short's on the move. Todd Tackett high on the wing, looking inside. McKenzie lets a 12-footer go and knocks the bottom out of it.
10-0 run for the Paintsville Tigers here in the third period, and a 4-0 run on the rebound situation.
Clevenger deep in the corner now to Robinson. Hawkins lets a 3 go, no good. McKenzie rebound, outlet to Tackett. Goes in, blocked by Hawkins. Van Hoos rebound, put it back up and in. Good defensive play there on Hawkins. He blocked Todd Tackett's shot, but Van Hoos was right there to put it back up. Hawkins now, Peyton, back to Hawkins, deep in the corner to Leathers. Leathers puts up a shot, and it's good. 36-21. Mike Short walked it up. Half court man-to-man once again by Elkhorn City. McKenzie on the baseline, fakes, spins, puts it up, no good. Van Hoos had it for a second. Now Leathers comes down with it. Clevenger drives, loses control of it, gets it over to Robinson. His shot's up, no good. Robinson comes down with it right to free throw line. Back out on the wing to Clevenger. Brings it back out, and B.J. Ratliff's going to set his offense up. Hawkins into Leathers. He spins, works against Van Hoos. Van Hoos loses control of it. Good heads-up play by Mike Short as he taps it back into Conley. All the way down on the other end. Now they drop it back out to Short. On the wing to Adams. Out top. Todd Tackett goes in. His shot was blocked by Leathers this time, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line for two.
It's only Josh Leathers' first foul.
Scott Mullins comes back in as Jason Hawkins goes out for Elkhorn City. Tackett puts the first of two shots down, 37-21. Shot number two is also right there. It's been all painful pretty much this third quarter. Robinson, Ratliff, now Mullins. Leathers, double team, shots put up, no good. Peyton Robinson comes down with it. And as he tries to work the ball back out, he was fouled before he could get it away.
Mike Short's first foul.
Not been a whole lot of fouls in this game.
Sure hasn't. Elkhorn City continues to go after that offensive rebound.
Well, I thought sure they'd try to work the ball in and go right toward Van Hoos and try to pick up that fourth foul, but haven't seen it. They may be trying it, but we haven't seen it yet. There's Ratliff now with the ball, top of the circle. Over to Clevenger. Now Mullins. Peyton Robinson lets one go. Wouldn't fall. Right there's McKenzie for the rebound. Short. Up to Adams. Inside the paint, McKenzie spins. Shots up and good. Can't fault Courtney Clevenger that time, Adam. He was right in his face. And McKenzie put it in anyway. 40-21, 19-point lead, Paintsville. Mullins spins, gives it to Leathers. Leathers fakes, goes up and rolls it over the front of the rim. 40-23, 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining, third period. Short over to Todd Tackett. McKenzie at the free throw line. Short looking inside, couldn't get it to Van Hoos. Bring it back out to Adams. Elkhorn City staying half court man-to-man. Adams, McKenzie get it into Van Hoos. Lost control of it, picks it back up and puts it off the glass. J.R. Van Hoos with that big wingspan. Picked it up, looked like from one corner and went all the way across and put it in. And on the drive, Courtney Clevenger was fouled before he could get the shot off.
Got all kinds of substitutions, 4 substitutions coming in for the Paintsville Tigers. We'll give his stars a little rest before the fourth period.
See if we can get some of them. Sean Boyd's one of the new guys.
Jason Conley also back in. 41 Mark Grimm in the ball game. And he comes up with a steal.
41 on Mustin. Well, there's Grimm, goes in, fakes, pretty move, shots put up, no good. Scramble for it underneath. Elkhorn City with the ball. B.J. Ratliff now right to the top of the circle. Back out to Mullins on the baseline to Clevenger. Ratliff drives, spins, puts a shot up, wouldn't fall. And underneath there, Courtney Clevenger had the rebound, and he was going to be fouled before he could get the shot off. I believe it was on the floor. And it was, so Elkhorn City will bring it in underneath their own basket.
And Josh Grainer picks up his first foul, new player into the game for Paintsville.
Back out to Ratliff. Now over to Clevenger. Mullins. He's way back up top, looking inside, gets it back to B.J. Ratliff. Ratliff spins, goes to the free throw line, now on the other side. Mullins drives in the paint. Thought he'd lost control of it, puts the shot up, no good, gets the rebound, and stolen away by Kyle Adams. He's going to go in and put it in. As time expires, last second shot there, but it's going to count 44-23. All Paintsville here in the third quarter.
Okay, with that, we'll take a break and be right back with the fourth and final quarter of action from the boys All-A championship game at Pikeville High School. Paintsville on top of Elkhorn City, 44-23.
They have 14 different companies to serve. When you insure your homeowner and car insurance together, they can save you a couple of minutes. Darby and Allen Insurance Agency invites you to call them for a homeowner auto checkup. Telephone 606-874-2162. They are the Darby and Allen Insurance. Allen,
ID.
Okay, once again, like to thank Mountain Dew and All Sport, sponsors of the All-A Boys 15th Regional Tournament, and also would like to thank Ken Trivet, Randy Jones, Steve Priod, and Ernie Johnson, a few of the people that helped make this 15th Regional a little more comfortable for everybody to enjoy. And we're on the way.
Elkhorn City gets the ball to start this fourth quarter, and they've got the work cut out for him. Josh Leathers will get it inside. He puts the shot up, and he's fouled underneath. This time he'll get free throws. Kind of thought they would have done that here to start the second half, but really they haven't forced the ball toward Van Hoos, or didn't in the third quarter, Adam. Leathers' shot's no good.
That was the second foul on Kyle Adams. I would have figured they'd try to get it on him quickly too, but they didn't accomplish it.
Leathers rolls the second one in. Now Mike Short comes down the floor with the basketball. Adams high on the wing. He's looking inside, lobs it in to Van Hoos. He puts it up and in. Unstoppable. Nothing to it. He gets it there.
18 points on the night for Van Hoos.
Hawkins now on the other end for Elkhorn City. Sean May in the game for the Cougars. And on the drive, Clevenger wouldn't go. And right there with Josh Leathers, check it back up and in. 46-26 now. McKenzie high on the wing, looking inside, and there's a battle underneath between Van Hoos and Leathers, and we're going to get a foul. I do believe it's going to be on Leathers.
You're correct, that's his second. And Elkhorn City wants a timeout. Now Randy McCoy doesn't like what's going on, and he's going to talk about things a little bit. Josh Leathers is the only Elkhorn City Cougar to score in the second half of play. He has 9 points. That's all Elkhorn City has scored here in the second half. It's a 20-point lead for the Paintsville Tigers, 46-26. We'll just keep it right here. Once again, Mountain Dew and All Sports, your sponsors for the All-A Classic. And we would like to thank Vanover Hall and Bartley, Moore Chevrolet, First Commonwealth Bank, Glenn Hammond, and Food World, some sponsors on WPRG. And on the Double X, some of our sponsors, Cooley Apothecary, Cooley Medical, Pike County Suzuki, Darby and Allen Insurance Agency, Barker's Mobile Home, East Kentucky Internet, Appalachian Cellular, Unisign, DirecTV, and Intermountain Paging. Paintsville crowd still on their feet, and they got the right to be on their feet. Their team could be going to another tournament championship win in as many weeks.
Adams with the basketball, gets it down to McKenzie. He stops, 15-footer, good on the baseline. Nothing to it. 48-26. Clevenger spins on the baseline. Shots put up, no good. Todd Tackett had it for a minute, picks it back up, drops it back out to Van Hoos, and Mike Short's going to walk it up. Todd Tackett's way out beyond that three-point arc. Lobs it underneath the Van Hoos and spins out. Scramble for the ball, and Clevenger comes out there with it. One of the few that Van Hoos has missed. Lathers goes up, puts it in. They found him a go-to man, but they can't go to him enough. This big lead as Van Hoos fakes Leathers and goes up and puts it in.
There you are. Van Hoos had quite a game, quite a tournament.
Awful easy. 50-28 Paintsville. B.J. Ratliff. That gets it over to Sean May. Back to Ratliff, top of the circle. May lets a three go. No good. Van Hoos goes up and pulls it down. Mike Short all the way down. McKenzie, three this time. Count it.
It's been the Josh McKenzie, J.R. Van Hoos show. His championship game.
B.J. Ratliff drives and puts a shot up. There's the fourth foul on Van Hoos, but too little, too late, I do believe, with this big lead. B.J. Ratliff will be on the free throw line for two shots. Shot number one is good. Van Hoos just stand another goer fixing the net. Ratliff's second shot's also good. 53-30. Mike Short brings it up. He's in a hurry. Now to McKenzie. McKenzie back out to Adams. Now over to Short. They're looking inside once again. They're going to get it to Van Hoos, and they do, and he just hops on one leg and puts it off the glass.
He's had two Cougar defenders on him the last three buckets he's put in.
Leathers lets the three go. Crowd wanted walk. Thought Van Hoos was going to let that one go as they tried to get it down to Tackett. Knocked out of bounds by Hawkins. It will stay with the Tigers. Get it into Mike Short now. They're going to operate there. You can tell pretty well now. I thought that Todd Tackett put a shot up. I thought he was going to get it to Van Hoos. Elkhorn City that time dropped down and double teamed him. They come off with it. B.J. Ratliff over to Hawkins. Hawkins drives, goes up, and puts it off the glass, and he's fouled.
And Todd Tackett picks up his second foul. Hawkins will have, or excuse me, that's his first, I believe. Hawkins will have one free throw. First field goal of the night for Hawkins.
And he knocks it down, 55-33. Todd Tackett now with the ball. Gets it across half court, now over to McKenzie. McKenzie spins, lobs it underneath the Tackett, and now back to Van Hoos, and it was blocked by Robinson. Underneath, McKenzie gets it and puts it back up and in. Well, Paintsville looks awful good here tonight, Adam.
They have this whole tournament. They've impressed me a whole bunch, I'm telling you. They're playing like the state champions. They have been all season.
Hawkins now, the Leathers out top of the circle. Crowd wanted walk once again as Courtney Clevenger makes a spin on the baseline and runs over top of Kyle Adams. They get him for the offensive foul.
You got to give Elkhorn City all the credit in the world. They've played 100% tonight, hustled, but seems like every time they've got a break, Pace will just come right back with with the break it's broken.
Tackett tries to inbound it or tries to get it inside the Van Hoos. Believe it or not, he threw it over his head. B.J. Ratliff now operates on the other end, drives the baseline. Robinson on the baseline knocks it down. Peyton Robinson. Tackett with the basketball out top of the circle. Hawkins all over him. And Hawkins committed the foul.
That's his third foul.
Got 3 minutes showing on the clock. 57 for Paintsville, 35 for Elkhorn City. And once again, Coach Bill Mike Runyon is bringing in 5 new players. Well-deserved rest for those 5 starters, Adam. They played some fine basketball here tonight. And let's see here. We're going to have to pull the rosters out. I can already see there's some numbers. I've got 15 players on my roster here, and there's some players here that I haven't got. I know we've got Josh Grainer's a new man in. We're trying our best to pick
Also into the game, number 3, Danny Scott, and 5, Josh Grainer for Paintsville. Number 10, Dustin Ratliff in.
You'll have to give me that paper here because I need.
And we got a foul underneath.
Josh Grainer tries to take the ball to the basket. He's going to be fouled, and we're going to get free throw shots.
And that's going to put Hawkins out of the game. He fouls out. Hawkins, 3 points on the night.
Josh Grainer for 2 shots, 57 to 35. Been all Paintsville here tonight from Pikeville. Grainer misses on the first of 2 shots. Second shot's no good underneath. Almost had the rebound there was Mark Graham. Now Ratliff for Elkhorn City, right top of the circle, spins. Back out to Mullins. Mullins wanted it there for a minute. May. Ratliff, first 3-pointer of the night, knocks the bottom out of it.
First 3-pointer on the night for Elkhorn City.
David Castle. Good pass underneath. And shot wouldn't fall as Danny Scott got it to Josh Grainer. B.J. Ratliff on the move once again, drives in. Shots off the glass, no good. Tapped up by Robinson, no good. Clevenger gets it, and it falls in.
(57-41), 55 to go.
Josh Grainer with the ball now for Paintsville. Gets it over to Dustin Ratliff. Ratliff works and gets it off. Shots are put up there, no good, but Danny Scott scrambled for the rebound. Peyton Robinson with it. Coming up in a hurry, decides to back it back out now to May. B.J. Ratliff looks for a 3. Now he takes it. Wouldn't fall, but we're going to get a foul, and B.J. Ratliff's going to take 3 free throw shots.
That foul goes on Dustin Ratliff, his first.
1 minute, 26 seconds remaining in this basketball game. Paintsville 57, Elkhorn City 40. Ratliff hits on the first of 3 shots. Shot number 2 is also there. Made them all 3. 57-43. Dustin Ratliff now brings it across. Gets it over to Mark Graham, now on the baseline. Shot was taken by Danny Scott and it's blocked. He's fouled. We'll have more free throws. he get that foul on him?
I don't know, but I do know at in this point of the game,
It don't make much difference.
don't make much difference. So I believe that was on Peyton Robinson, however. That was his third.
We got some more new men in for Paintsville. I see Ben Tramble was in there. Also Ethan Blackburn. Seth Lafer.
A couple guys in for Elkhorn City.
Danny Scott gets one more shot. Wouldn't fall, but he gets the rebound, puts up a shot inside the free throw line and knocks it down. 59-43. Mullins on the baseline and tried to get it underneath. Let's see here, Adam. I see a number 42 in there. Let me see where my roster is. They're throwing some new players in here on us. That was Sean Sweeney. Stolen away, coming the other way with it, up and in. And wouldn't fall for Jeremy Dorton.
45 seconds to go.
Shot put up and in there, but Bo booked it. I believe Paintsville's getting them out of the stands over and putting them in. And a three-point shot on the other end was good. And let me look and see if I can figure out who that was.
Number 24 for Elkhorn City.
Jeremy Dorton. And right there was Devon Pack trying to take a shot inside the paint. He got hammered. Foul was on Alvin Anderson. And Pack will go to the free throw line to get 2 shots. This game's all but over with. 61-46, 18 seconds remaining. This thing's all over with except the trophy presentation. I want to invite everyone to stay around with us for all the post-game activities. As Pack makes a second shot. Dorton drives on the baseline, puts a shot up for Elkhorn City. It wouldn't fall. Underneath, Ben Tramble with a rebound. On the other end, shot taken by Bubba. No good.
He tried to dish it inside and it went off the hands of a Paintsville offensive man under there.
4, 3, 2, 1. This game's over with. 62, Paintsville, 46, Elkhorn City, and Paintsville will be traveling down to Eastern to represent the 15th region in the All-A State Tournament.
All right, as PD Gerhart said, stay around with us. We still got the trophy presentations to come and also some post-game stats for tonight's championship game and comments from your Intermountain Sports Network, 1049, 1055, and WPRG TV5. So you gonna get Bill Mike? Huh? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 32. This is